glad to have you guys here. Today, I wanted to talk about how I have lost weight living with chronic illness and pain. It can be so challenging, and it's already challenging losing weight as it is. And then when you add in, chronic illness and pain to it, it can feel pretty impossible. So I wanted to share just what has worked for me, because I do get asked a lot what I've done to lose the 60 pounds I've lost so far. I've gained 80 and I've so far lost 60 of that. So I've got about 20 to 30 more to go to get to a healthy weight. And so, so basically I do the HCG protocol. If you've never heard of it, stands for human chorionic gonadotropin hormone, and it is associated with pregnancy. That might be where you've heard it. And that, when I heard of it for the first time, I was like, why would you put that in your body? And, anyway, though, I was very, very skeptical about it. But after a lot of research and prayer and talking with people that had done it, that had maintained the weight loss, I decided to give it a try. And this was many years ago. I actually vlogged through a couple of rounds a few years ago, and they're on the channel. But since my health took a very started really struggling health-wise, and put on the 80 pounds, I hadn't tried it since then. So I gained 80 pounds from basically just poor decisions during medical trips, lots of takeout, lots and lots of comfort eating. Lots of emotional eating, and just really just kind of stopped caring. To be honest, I was miserable. I was hiding behind my baggy clothes and just trying to stay hidden. And I don't know, but I got to a point where my doctor, actually one of my doctors, referred me for bariatric surgery, and had told me there's no way you can lose the amount of weight that you have to lose. You have no physical activity. And they basically told me it was impossible. So being the stubborn person that I am, and already being miserable and knowing that I had developed high blood pressure, sleep apnea, prediabetes, and I was having extra pain, on my back, my lower back pain was worse, my hip, my bursitis was worse. I knew that it was time. I just really didn't know exactly what I was going to do, because I didn't want to undergo surgery for it. So anyway, I tried HCG because that had worked in the past, and I have tried many diets, probably every diet you can think of. I've got a long history with the diets, so I knew what wouldn't work. And I had already tried low carb, keto, that's how I was pretty much, when I decided I was going to start losing weight, that's what I was doing, and it just wasn't working. I guess it just was not enough for me. So I knew there was going to be needing something drastic, so I did turn to HCG, and it works. Basically the diet was, I don't even like to call it a diet, the protocol was developed by Dr. Simeons, 1967, I believe, and he has a manuscript called Pounds and Inches. I'll link it below if I'm able to, and it describes all of it and everything. And then also there's a great, if it's something that you're interested in, the HCG, there is a really great book called Weight Loss Apocalypse, and it's incredible. It's so key in this protocol. So the protocol itself is, you can take it by injection or orally. I think they might even have transdermally now. I'm not sure. I've always just done the injections. I mix them myself. I give myself an injection every day, and you have an approved list of foods. So while you're on the injections, it's called a very low calorie diet, and it's a 500 calorie diet. And that was another thing that I was completely skeptical about, because I thought, well, you're obviously going to lose weight if you're only eating 500 calories. But the difference is, I have gone through very low calorie diets in the past and gained it back immediately. With this, when I was off of it, with this, I have been able to maintain it. The idea that I won't go into all the bore you with all the scientific details and things behind it, but basically the hormone works with leptin. It helps your body to draw off fat stores, and you don't lose muscle. You don't lose muscle. You don't run that risk. So It is not a crash diet. It is not a quick fix. You take the injection every day. You can either do a 21-day round or a 40-day round. And so I do, so I'm on my 6th round currently. It's taken me 5 rounds to lose the 60 that I've lost currently. So it's not a quick thing. This has been over the course of about a year and a half that I've been working towards this. And so it's not a quick fix at all. It's just more drastic, I would say. So, but it's easy. For me, it's easy. You get your list of foods, and I'll link them somewhere. There's a list of vegetables, a list of proteins, and a list of fruits, and a list of starches. And for breakfast, you have coffee or tea. For lunch, you do a protein, a starch, a protein, a starch, a veggie, and a fruit. And then for dinner, it's the same thing. So it's easy in that aspect. There's not any prep work associated with it, at least the way I do it. I just will bake like some chicken breasts or whatever protein I'm wanting. There's some really easy recipes that I have been able to make in the crock pot. And so, I can't really cook anyway. I can't do anything that has a lot of prep work or cooking healthy meals. I can't manage to do because of all of my limitations. So for me, it's perfect because it is easy in that sense. And if you're on the right dosage, then you don't experience the hunger and the cravings, or at least I don't. And I've heard many people say the same thing. It gives me energy, helps me to sleep better while I'm on it. And so it really, for me, the way I look at it is it's easy. So, I have been able to reverse the high blood pressure, the prediabetes, and the sleep apnea is a lot better. We're talking about being able to go off of it altogether, maybe, not just yet, but it's the weight gain was making the sleep apnea worse. If it wasn't for those complications that I developed, I'm only 5'2", so I think on me, and I have a smaller frame, the weight was just too much for me. But if it wasn't for like the prediabetes and the high blood pressure, it wouldn't have been such a something that I really felt I needed to address and go after aggressively, but it was, and I was miserable. And so for me, this has been exactly what I needed. So like I said, if you're interested, I'd be happy to share more information with you, or if you'd like to see anything else, like in regards to how you mix the injections or anything like that, just let me know. I'd be happy to do it. I just wanted to share because I know that it can get discouraging if you are wanting to lose weight and you do live with chronic pain and illness. It's always good to know, what is available out there, and if there is an option for us, since I know that we are limited. A lot of us are limited. I like this because it's just whole foods. It's just whole foods, and it helps me to get my perspective back. I struggle with comfort eating, especially when I'm really hurting, or if I'm really flared up. My symptoms are really flared up. That's just something that I really struggle with. And I like this protocol because it helps me to sort of reset and get my perspective back in the right place, to where, where I fall in those habits of comfort eating and just eating junk food because, I'm hurting or whatever. It just helps me to get my perspective back right. And it really hasn't been too challenging to maintain the weight loss. So I just wanted to share in case you're somebody that was interested or wondered or wanted to know anything. If you're looking for weight loss, if you're looking or wanting to find a weight loss plan, this one has worked for me. It may not be a good fit for everyone, that's for sure, but I just wanted to share since I have had good success with it. So I'll link the Dr. Simeon's his manuscript below, and that book that I mentioned, The Weight Loss Apocalypse. And I just thank you guys for being here. Bye.